It's not fair, is it? You go on a diet at the same time as your partner, and he reaches his goal effortlessly in a matter of months, and you are still struggling on and on. So why is this? Women and men are very different to each other when it comes to weight loss. As a woman, be very careful about who you take advice for, because if you're taking advice from your partner or a man who's not educated in the world of women's weight loss, then you could be setting yourself up to fail. Just because a weight loss strategy worked well for a man does not mean it's going to work well for you. In fact, it probably won't. I'm Catherine Kyle. Welcome back to Shredders Connect, where I help people lose weight naturally and actually keep it off. In this video, I am sharing 14 ways that women and men differ when it comes to weight loss. Number 1. Women and men need to eat different food. And this is because women and men have different calorie needs. They have different calorie budgets. Men usually have a lot higher of a calorie budget than women, meaning that women need to eat less food in portion sizes. You can't serve up the same dinner as your partner and expect to lose weight, even if he is. Similarly, if you go out for a meal in a restaurant, the portion size that you receive is tailored to the heaviest, tallest, bulkiest, muscle-bound man that they could ever meet. The last thing that a restaurant wants in their reviews is people coming out hungry. So they have to make sure that the fundamentals of paying for a meal are satisfied. You go out to feel satisfied and feel full up. So that has to be addressed. So guaranteed, the amount of calories on your plate in a restaurant will be too high for you as a female. And that means you either have to leave some on your plate, eat less standard food in the restaurant, like mix and match, saying I'll just have the protein and the veg, or you eat the whole thing and you adjust your calories elsewhere in the week to compensate for the extra calories that you're eating in that meal. And that's what I do personally because I like to finish my meal. Number 2. Women and men store fat in different places of their bodies, and the types of fat is often very different as well. Women often store fat on different areas of their body. They store it on their stomachs, their hips, their bums, and their thighs. Men tend to store fat mainly on their stomachs. The type of fat that men tend to store is called visceral fat, which tends to cling to organs, and this is unhealthy. Women do also store visceral fat, but they store subcutaneous fat across a larger area of their body. Now, it's actually essential for everybody to have subcutaneous fat, and women should have more of it than men, but too much of it gets unhealthy. Women are naturally supposed to have more fat than men. 3. Women can't rely on exercise to lose weight like men can. Because men burn more energy and they have more muscle, they burn more calories when they're doing exercise. So it's much easier for a man to burn 500 calories of exercise per day, but women just can't do this. Unless, of course, they're very, very athletic and they dedicate a lot of time to exercise, which most women don't. So you often hear men saying that all they did to lose the weight was they started going for a run every day and the weight just fell off and they stayed with their current diet, but women can't generally do this. The body will fight back at women because it doesn't want you to lose weight through exercise. The body feels like this is too extreme for women and it will fight back at you. It will increase your hunger levels and increase your tiredness so you burn less calories throughout the day. Number 4, when men and women have lost their weight and reached their ideal weight, and they want to maintain their weight, a lot of men will say that they can eat exactly what they like at that stage. But women can't because they generally have less calories than men to eat, even when they're maintaining their weight. So they still have to watch their weight. A lot of women get it into their heads that they can have a quick fix diet and then suddenly go back to overeating like they were before, and they can't. 5. Women need to eat more regularly than men. A lot of men can get away with intermittent fasting and doing things like OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. And women just can't get away with this as much as men. Some women can, but most women can't. And this is because of their fluctuating hormone levels. Another reason is that women are smaller. They have smaller stomachs and they can fit less food in them. So it's very difficult for a woman to get everything she needs from 1 meal a day because she would have to pack her stomach really full of food. And nature likes to prepare women for being pregnant, nursing children, and looking after children. And that needs a constant and more regular supply of calories. 6. There is a myth out there that men need to focus more on protein when it comes to weight loss than women, but this isn't true. Yes, men do need more protein than women, but as a percentage, they need exactly the same amount. Men should be focusing on high intakes of protein when they are losing weight so that they increase their feelings of feeling full and it decreases their cravings for other types of junk food. The right amount of protein also makes women generally healthier, which means you'll be able to stick to your healthy eating plan and feel good and energetic while you're losing weight and also while you've lost the weight. 7. Women need to grow muscle in the same way that men do. Women should be putting as much effort into building muscle as men do. But the difference is that the results that women get won't be as visible as men. A lot of women think that they're going to get really bulky and massive with these massive big muscles, and they won't. Most of these women that you see with massive muscles only got there by using substances. You will not accidentally look bulky as you are losing weight and gaining muscle. It will just sculpt your figure. But to sculpt your figure as a woman, you do need to put in maximum intensity into your muscle building just the same way that men do. 8. When it comes to workouts, women and men need to approach their workouts differently. Yes, women need to put maximum intensity into their muscle building, but women's energy levels will peak and fall throughout their cycle, and this is perfectly normal. Some points in their cycle, they're going to have really high energy and high strength, and this is when they should be pushing the hardest when it comes to building muscle. And in other parts of the cycle, they are feeling weak and really tired. And in these parts of their cycle, yes, they should still be working out, but they don't need to push themselves to the absolute limit because that will just wipe them out. So they're still pushing hard as men, but they're doing it at the right time of their cycle. Number 9, as a woman, you need to accept that you are going to lose weight at a slower rate than a man. It's not going to be as fast. Men could probably drop 2 pounds a week and keep that up consistently. Women would struggle to lose 2 pounds a week. They might do at the start when they've got a lot of weight to lose, but as they get closer to their ideal weight, 1 pound a week is probably the most that a woman can be looking at. So you need to adjust your expectations accordingly and be in this for the long game and just relax into it. Don't rush, don't stress. It will come off if you are consistent, but don't compare yourself to a man. Number 10, women get different types of cravings to men. Men are much more able to resist cravings. Their cravings aren't as intense as women. Women's cravings get intense at a particular point of their cycle, and this is down to nutrients. This is actually a very clear signal that the body is sending to a woman that she needs certain nutrients, and it should be listened to. As a woman, you do not need to ignore your cravings, but you need to recognize that the cravings are for healthy food and not for junk food. When you're losing blood at a particular point of your cycle, you're losing a lot of nutrients like iron. You also need more energy. A lot of women crave chocolate, and this is a perfectly healthy craving as long as you think about how to make chocolate healthy. And the healthiest way to fulfill your chocolate cravings while also getting the nutrients that you need from chocolate is to eat cocoa powder. Cocoa powder is very high in nutrients and very low in calories. So you can add this freely to your meals. This is what I like to do. Every day I make myself chocolate puddings made from low-fat Greek yogurt and cocoa powder and some sweetener. I mix this together, I add it with fruit, and it is the most satisfying, decadent dessert, which is also healthy and good for me. There is nothing in there that is unhealthy. It's pure nutrients. I also love to drink low-calorie hot chocolate to get that chocolatey fix. Don't deny yourself of chocolate. Your cravings are there for a reason. 11. Women's body fat percentage needs to be much higher than a man's. To be healthy, a woman's body fat percentage has to be higher than a man's body fat percentage. This is because women have to have extra fat stores to nurse and grow and feed their babies. It's nature's way of protecting a woman and her children in case of famine. If you run out of food, your body eats your fat stores and keeps you and your baby alive for longer. So the body is going to fight harder with you to drop that weight than it will do with men because it knows that women are supposed to have more fat than men, and it gets really scared for you and your potential babies or your future babies that your fat percentages will drop too low. So you will get more hunger signals than men do. And for this reason, you can't drop your calories too low. Otherwise, you are sending signals to your body that you have gone into an extreme starvation, and it will throw as many hunger signals, as many cravings as it can possibly throw at you until you eat food. You won't be able to resist it. So don't drop your calories too low. Drop it a little bit, accept that you're in this for the long game, have a start date and an end date to keep you motivated, and you will get there eventually. Number 12, men and women's attitude to losing weight tends to be very different. As soon as men go on a diet, they know instinctively they have to increase their protein, build more muscle, and eat less junk food. And this causes body recomposition, which means that they're dropping fat while building muscle at the same time, which creates a sleek and strong body. Unfortunately, women have been told information all wrong. They have been told to lose weight, they need to focus on doing intense amounts of cardio until the sweat's dripping off them and they can barely stand and their legs are wobbly, whilst absolutely starving themselves and feeling hungry all day and eating tiny little portions of rabbit food, little salads and little rice cakes and a slice of toast with a scraping of margarine and half a sandwich and half a portion of pasta. And this is not correct at all. And this never helps women to lose weight in a healthy way and keep the weight off. It will just burn you out if you're doing this. You need to take the same approach as a man. Focus on increasing protein and building muscle. But the difference is you have to eat the right calories that are right for your body. And if you want to know what your own calorie budget should be for losing weight, I have a free gift for you in the description below. And this will tell you exactly the right number of calories that you need to eat. And this is all you need to do to drop the weight, is to eat the right number of calories, and the weight will come off. It is guaranteed. Weight loss is very simple, but people make it overly complicated. There's only one fundamental way to lose weight, and that is to stick to your calorie budget. Yes, building muscle and increasing protein is really going to help you build a strong, healthy body. But fundamentally, all you need to do to lose weight consistently is stick to your calorie budget. Number 13, another difference between men and women when it comes to weight loss is women need to be much more careful about getting the right number of nutrients than men do. And this is because men have a bigger calorie range to start with. So they eat a wider variety of food, meaning they're much more likely to get their nutrients, whereas women have a much smaller calorie budget and therefore they're much more likely to become deficient in nutrients. So it's absolutely essential that you focus on getting the right number of nutrients. And I explain how to do this in my 6-week shred, which is currently 50% off. So check that out in the description below. If you don't get enough nutrients, your body will send you intense cravings and hunger because it forces you to keep eating until you've hit your nutrients. So if you start getting enough nutrients every day, you will see a massive reduction in the amount of hunger that you've got, meaning it will be so much easier for you to stick to your calorie budget. Number 14, it is almost impossible to maintain your athletic ability at a high intensity while you are losing weight. If you're used to doing a lot of exercise and pushing yourself to the limit when it comes to exercise, when you're losing weight, you will naturally see declines in your athletic ability. So don't try and do both at the same time. Yes, athletes burn a lot of calories, but they also replace those calories by eating a lot of calories. When you're in a calorie deficit, meaning that you are eating less calories than you burn, your body will send you tiredness signals. It wants you to slow down. It needs you to slow down. You are putting too much stress on your body by both dieting at a calorie deficit and also pushing your body to the max when it comes to exercise. You simply can't do both. And if you have to choose, focus on the calorie deficit as a woman, because focusing on trying to get a calorie deficit by burning extra calories simply won't work as a woman, because the body will fight you back at every turn by sending you increased hunger, increased tiredness, and you simply won't be able to maintain it. Yes, you could lose weight for a few weeks by increasing your exercise, and then you will see it tail off. And this is because of the constrained theory of energy expenditure. And you can go and watch my video about why exercise doesn't help you lose weight if you want to learn more about that. Let me know in the comments, have you ever tried to eat the same as a partner while watching them lose weight and you just don't? What frustrations have you had comparing yourself to a man when it comes to weight loss? Don't forget to get my free calorie budget guide and get 50% off my 6-week shred, which will get you the weight off and help you to keep it there by making you the weight loss expert, and you can eat exactly what you want and still lose the weight. And now it's time for you to go and get absolutely shredded.